from NBC News. This is Today with Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb.
Face it, raising children is definitely hard work.
It can cause a lot of friction in a marriage when mom and dad don't agree on how to parent. Here with some survival tips is one of our favorite ladies, Susan Swimmer. We always get in a lot of trouble with her.
Yes, we do.
She's the features editor of More Magazine. Welcome back.
Hi, ladies. Nice to be here.
Great to have you.
Now, you want the parents to agree on some basic things, like, for instance, when and how to discipline a child. What if parents differ on that? One is a softie, one's tough.
Listen, when you first get married, everything's great, and the only thing you're arguing about is the wet towels lying on the floor.
Right.
When you have children, it's a whole other game. Yeah. And having children, raising children, is divisive. So already you're going to have a problem. Listen, you're not going to agree on everything. The big issues you and your husband need to talk about in advance, separate from the children, privately. It's not to say that children can't see parents argue, because a lot of studies will say that children who see their parents disagree and then negotiate and reach a compromise
is a healthy thing.
Is a very healthy thing. The knockdown, drag out, terrible language, the fights that some parents have should not be done in front of the children.
My mother threw a chicken at my father once.
Did you roast it?
I thought it was hysterical. I know what you're saying. We survived.
But when you have the really big issues, you need to step aside, and the two of you need to talk about it. And listen, sometimes those discussions last weeks, last months.
Years, actually.
Sometimes, we were talking about, sometimes
What
they last
if you're
year.
fundamentally different on something? If one person, let's say, thinks that a child should be swatted on the bottom, and one says, don't ever do that.
Listen, if you and your husband get to a point where you've talked about it, you've tried different, and you can't get there, reach out and get some help. There are people, sit down. Sometimes being in an environment with someone who's totally neutral, has nothing invested emotionally, can help you get over that hump.
What about people of different faiths raising their children?
Listen,
that's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but it's something, if you're of different faiths, talk about it before you have children. Listen, it's an issue that probably comes up when you talk about your marriage ceremony, but you need to talk about these things. The other thing that I say to parents, you have to communicate constantly. Everyone's working, busy, running around. You get home at the end of the day, you're exhausted. All you're thinking about is your glass of wine. That is not the time to talk about an issue.
The heavy duty stuff.
No. It's
after a glass of wine.
Or two. No, but use everything you have in your arsenal. Text, email, call each other, check in through the day. Keep the line of communication open.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of kids will play their parents against one another.
Yes.
Oh, they're masters at that.
They're great. They'll say, Mom said no, but Dad, please, I want it. And then the dad says yes. And then the whole thing is over.
No.
Yeah.
You parents have to have a united front. Now, listen, there are the issues that you can say, we agree to disagree. Not to the children, though. You can't let them play one against you. I mean,
what about the double standards, though, in terms of, it's okay because he's a boy. He can stay out to a minute. It's not okay for Cass or because she's a girl or for, what about that?
Wrong. I will say that different children require different rules. Different children
all unique.
They're all unique, and they're dealing with different things. Some kids can have a late curfew because they're totally responsible. Has nothing to do with girl, boy. Take that out of it.
Right.
But think of your children as individuals.
We've always tried to say, listen, you have our trust until you lose it.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly right. But be firm with your children. Be consistent with your children.
And then love them to pieces.
And, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Thank you.
We got through this.
Yeah, how strange. Wait till next time.
We're capable of it.
No chickens flying.
No chickens flying. Up next, never say I can't.